Spring cleaning is a time to get in all those nooks and crannies, areas that don't get cleaned on a regular basis, and get them deep cleaned. So let's do that today together. Get a to-do list together of all the areas in your house that need to be deep cleaned this spring. Today I'm starting off in our guest room. I'm going to be starting with our curtains. We have curtains in all of the bedrooms here upstairs. I need to get in the washing machine. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I appreciate you being here. Welcome if you are new. My name is Bridget. I'm a wife, mom to a 2-year-old, and I work full-time from home, and I make loads of cleaning motivation videos here on my channel. I would love for you to subscribe and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new videos. I hope my channel gives you lots of cleaning motivation, that you feel like you're just cleaning with a friend and have the inspiration to get the housework done around your house that you may otherwise be dreading. We always get the larger bottles of laundry detergent that have like the spout where you tip it and push the button and it pours out, but we find those to be so messy. We had one here on the counter. It's just so heavy for me, so my husband, when he had the chance, was able to pour the laundry detergent from that bigger container into the smaller container that's a lot more manageable for me to be doing laundry on a regular basis. I'm now going to just quickly clean up this dryer top that has all the residue from the laundry detergent from the bigger container, get this all cleaned up so then I can work on deep cleaning the dryer vent. Many house fires are caused by dryer vents, so make sure you're deep cleaning those on a regular basis. I am going to show you some tools that I got off of Amazon. They came in a pack together. I'll talk more about those when we get a little bit closer. For now, I'm just using an everyday cleaning spray and a microfiber cloth to get this whole dryer nice and clean. My washer and dryer are about 10 years old. They have been so good to us and have worked really well, and surprisingly lasted us a very long time too. They are one of the first biggest purchase my husband and I ever made as a married couple. So the first tool that I'm using is this wire brush. It has a big long brush with a handle, and I can just get it all in here and clean out all of the dust that wasn't stuck to this vent that I have here. This tool worked really great. I got it off of Amazon. I'll leave a link for it down in the description. It also came with an attachment that I can attach to my vacuum cleaner. I'll show you how that works as well. This is the vacuum attachment. It is so easy to use and will fit on any vacuum that you have. So I just attached it here onto the top of my stick vacuum, and am using it to clean even more this dryer vent. Now I'm just using some of the Dawn Power Wash to deep clean the vent here for the dryer. Ours is super large. Like I said, our dryer is about 10 years old. I know they come a little bit smaller now, so when we look into replacing our dryer, I'm sure the vent hood cover, whatever you call this, will be a lot more manageable. It does have kind of some rust stains or something. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. I've tried so hard to clean all of that off, but it won't come off. But I'm able to deep clean this pretty well otherwise. Now I'm going to scrub down the inner corners of this little area that the vent cover sits before putting the vent back. When was the last time you scrubbed down the vent of your dryer? If you have not in a while, take the opportunity to do it now or add it to your to-do list if you want to do it after you finish watching this video. Since I was working in this room, I noticed how dusty this dresser had gotten, and I also wanted to clean the lamp. We're not in this room all that often. My dog honestly spends the most of her days here in this room. She's pretty sure it is her room. She loves laying on this bed, and these windows are front facing so she can watch the cars go by, and a few of our neighbors do have dogs, so I'm sure she can see them while looking out these windows as well. Next, I'm going to clean the windows. I always clean windows during spring cleaning. It's not my favorite task in the world. It is rather time consuming, so I like to break it up. I just do a couple windows each day so it doesn't get too overwhelming. Most of the time during my spring cleaning, I do like to open these up so I can clean the outside of them as well. Unfortunately, on this day, we woke up to the weather being absolutely freezing. It was so cold. I don't know if you can tell looking at the trees, but they are covered in ice. We've had such nice weather here. I live in Massachusetts, and it's actually been pretty warm and sunny. The snow's all melted. We haven't had snow in weeks, but this morning we woke up to really, really cold, and it rained all day here as well, so it was pretty icy the next morning too. So I couldn't clean the outside of these windows this day, but I will be sure to leave it on my spring cleaning list and tackle the outside of them as well. Do you find windows to be super overwhelming? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I use the Sprayway glass cleaner. I find that to be so easy to use and also satisfying since it is in a spray foam consistency. It makes it a lot more fun to work with. So for today, I'm just gonna clean the outside of my upstairs bedroom windows and call that good since I can't do the outside as well. So I'll add that to my list and probably include it in another video. I do plan on making a spring cleaning series as there's so much that needs to get done in our spring cleaning lists. So today is gonna be just some ideas of like generalized areas and cleaning that you could add to a spring cleaning list if you're looking for ideas on where you should be cleaning. Now it's been a little bit of time since I washed the curtains. They are now dry. They're not completely dry. I take them out when they're a little damp still. I find them that they just dry and hang better when I hang them up a little bit damp. It's not like they're super wet or anything like that. They're dripping, but they're just not all the way dry. So I'm gonna just get these hung back up so that they are ready for whenever we have guests come over the next time and there's nice clean curtains. Next on my list is to clean the stairs. These I vacuum on a regular basis as we do have a lab. Her hair sheds like crazy, as you can see here. So these I vacuum all the time, but I don't always sit here and scrub them down. So today, since it is spring cleaning, I'm going to give these stairs a really good cleaning, especially the backs of them, like where the feet kind of kick. There's a lot of scuff marks on there and things like that. I'll show you up close as I go. I'm pointing out here some of the scuff marks that I was talking about that need to be scrubbed down to make these stairs look nice and new and clean again. Do you have a spring cleaning schedule? I'd love to know. Leave a comment down below letting me know what yours is. Are there specific things you always do in the spring for your cleaning? What type of things are they? I'd love to hear from all of you what your thoughts are too. As you watch me, I hope you're getting lots of cleaning motivation and inspiration and ideas on areas you may not have thought to clean, or maybe you're just learning for the first time that you should clean. I know when I was first having my own house, having to do all the cleaning myself, there was so much that I felt like I had to learn. So many areas in the house, basically everything needs to be touched at one point or another. And how do you clean things? When do you clean things? That's all something that you kind of learn as you go. Today we have YouTube, so that's super helpful to learn from others as well. I hope as you're watching, you feel like you're just hanging out with a friend, because cleaning with a friend is so much more fun. As I was doing the stairs, I noticed how dirty these baseboards are. I don't have too much of a hallway upstairs, so the baseboards are really easy to take care of. There's only these little small nooks and crannies, but if you have not yet, go take care of your baseboards. That is something that I'm sure can get easily forgotten, but for me is something that I kind of hyper focus on, because if I go to someone's house and their baseboards aren't clean, I notice it right away. I don't know, that's probably just me. So at my house, especially with them being white, I feel like if they are dirty, it sticks out like a sore thumb. Next, we're moving into the kitchen. I had to wait till later in the evening so my husband could pull out the refrigerator and also the stove. I wanted to clean the sides of them and get behind them and vacuum, see what had gone behind. There's toys and there's dog treats back here, and also give the floor a good scrub as well. So I'm starting off with spraying down the sides of the refrigerator. It had a bunch of like sticky stuff on the sides here. I'm not exactly sure what it was or how that had happened or when that even happened, but I'm going to give each side of the refrigerator a really good scrub down. I've climbed back behind the refrigerator and I'm picking up all these little toys and dog treats and bigger piles of dust off the floor so then I can get in here with the vacuum. It feels so good to be getting some spring cleaning done. Getting behind and in areas that you don't normally get to get into, just like behind the refrigerator or behind the stove. These areas are very difficult for me, especially me being so tiny. I'm not a very big person. I can't move the refrigerator by myself. I had to wait for my husband to do that, but it is so satisfying being able to get back here, clean it all up, and know that we have a clean space. And I'll probably do this again in about 6 months or so, or if something spills or I know something goes under there, we'll make sure to take care of it right away. So think of the areas in your house that you haven't gotten to in a while and get those done with me today. You'll be so happy that you did. I felt like I could breathe better. I had a weight lifted off my shoulders that I didn't even realize was there. I feel like my son will be able to breathe better too. And knowing that he has a clean space to live in and play in, have his meals in, just makes me feel so much better. I did do all this cleaning when he went to bed. It's pretty late in the evening when I'm actually getting this done. If you're wondering where he is, he's always around somewhere. Most of the time I try to do my cleaning when he's napping or if he is preoccupied with my husband or something like that, because it's a lot easier for me to get done. But you will see quite often in my videos, he does tag along with me here and there. A lot of our family likes to watch my videos and they call it their Luca sightings. That is his name, and enjoy to see little clips of him. You won't see any clips of him in today's video, but I do hope this gives you lots of motivation to get cleaning and do some deep spring cleaning that otherwise you wouldn't do on a regular basis. Your mental state is going to really benefit from this too, because you're just going to have the satisfaction of knowing these areas that were hidden out of sight, but I'm sure you still had someplace deep in your mind knowing that they needed to be clean, are now done and you don't have to worry about them for a little bit longer. This is the top of the refrigerator. It is super dusty. As I have it pulled out, I'm going to give it a good cleaning, knowing that it is all dusted off and can go back into its little cabinet. In our kitchen, there's like a perfect little cutout where the refrigerator sits. And there's cabinets above, like you can see here. So I can't put anything on top of my refrigerator or clean on top of it on a regular basis. It has to be completely pulled out of the cabinet in order for me to clean the top here. So whenever we do have it pulled out, I always make sure to clean the top of it. If your kitchen is similar, don't forget to clean the top of your refrigerator. I promise you, it is super dusty. My husband pushed the refrigerator back in its place, so I'm just going to vacuum really quick out here because when we pulled it out, some of the dust came out too. Now moving over to the stove, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start with the outsides that are usually tucked in between the cabinets and I can't get in. As we're cooking, you know there's stuff that drips down here and it's all sticky and built up. So make sure you're pulling out your stove to give that a good cleaning. You never know how long this stuff has been sitting and it just is really gross. So make sure to do this on a regular basis. I do this at least twice a year, if not more. Like if something does spill and I know it's like a huge spill, we'll pull it out and take care of it. But other than that, it's basically like once in the fall, once in the spring, that kind of thing. So now I just have a knife that I put in the microfiber cloth It's a butter knife, and I just use that to like get into this small little crack here. There's always some buildup that goes in there and just gets all gunky. So this is the easiest way I found to clean off this inside little crevice here. Here's an overview of behind the oven. I'm pointing out here the top of the counter line. It had so much buildup. I definitely had to give that a really good scrub. And then of course behind on the floor was a mess. I had a picture frame sitting on top of here. It had slid down. There was a few more other things that had slid down and behind the stove, so I made sure to pick all of that up. Now I'm just giving the countertop a really good scrub here on the side where the oven and the countertop meet. As you're cooking, things drip down and get messy, and you clean the counter as best you can, but things still get up in that little crevice. So sometimes it's a little difficult to clean, so this is the best time to do it now. Now I am vacuuming the floor. There was a big spill here in the corner, so I had to really scrub that. And I have this little plastic flat tool that I keep in my kitchen, and I use for difficult things like that are kind of hard to come up. I just scrape it a little bit. It's just like a plastic little disc, and it really helps to make scrubbing stuck on tough messes a lot easier to come up. Yes, that is a mousetrap. I had no idea that was back here. We have a pest guy that comes once in the fall and once in the spring, and he sometimes comes through our house. Our house was a new build. We've lived here over 5 years now, and when we first moved in, when you were upstairs, it sounded like there was raccoons in the attic. So we found a local pest guy, and he came over and looked in our attic, and it was in fact mice, which he said is a really common problem to have for new builds because the house doesn't get built like all at once. It sits for a little bit, and like as the walls go up or whatever, I don't know how to build a house, but as each part of the house goes up, the mice like are kind of already in there. So thankfully he took care of them when we moved in, but I guess sometimes he does come through our house and puts traps just in case. My husband said, I don't know, my husband usually takes care of all that, but I wasn't very happy to come back here and find that. So I made my husband come and get that trap for me because I was not going to deal with it if there was a mouse in there. Oh my goodness, I was like really nervous about it. So he took care of that. Thankfully, I was doing this when he was home. And I'm so sorry if the cameras get us a little shaky and like a weird angle and stuff. My husband decided he was gonna play my cameraman and move my camera all around for me. So right now I'm using that little disc I was telling you about earlier. I would have left my camera where it was before, but my husband moved it on me while I was back here, and now you can't really see what I'm doing. But here it is in my hand right there. I don't even know where I got it from. I've had it for so long, but it is so helpful. If I can find one on Amazon, I'll link it down below. I use it all the time. I just keep it really handy in my kitchen and just use it like on the floor or the wall or the countertop. If there's something really stuck, I can just use that and kind of scrape really gently, and it just helps anything come up. I don't even really think about it half the time. I just grab that piece, use it, and it just makes scrubbing down the floor, the counter, the walls so much easier. I'm going to end today's video by gently wiping down behind the oven. I didn't want to like mess with any mechanisms or make dust go in further than it should have or anything like that. So I did this pretty gently. I didn't add any extra cleaning or any cleaning solution or anything like that. But thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you being here and I appreciate you watching this video in entirety if you did. Like I said earlier, I hope you're getting lots of cleaning motivation from me and feel like you're just cleaning with a friend. Again, I appreciate you being here. If you are new, I would love for you to subscribe, and I'll see you back here in my next video on Friday.